Richards here, and today I am banished to the kitchen because the cycling's on and my husband's more interested in watching the cycling than letting me have the lovely space. But anyway, so Zoe Richards, Make a Lemonade Life, and today's session is all about the frequently asked questions that I have asked of me about Make a Lemonade Life and also about the event that's coming up in October the 18th and 19th. But let's start with the questions that are about what is Make a Lemonade Life. So in fact, that's a really good place to start, don't you think? What is Make a Lemonade Life? Right, this all came from the fact that as a business coach, I found that a lot of people were failing in business or not getting the success that they wanted in business, might be a slightly more accurate way of saying it, all down to one major thing. And it's not the thing that most business people will tell you is the reason why businesses fail. What most people say as the reason for businesses to fail is cash flow. Cash flow is the number one reason given for business failure. But in my experience, poor cash flow comes from something else. So cash flow in itself isn't the problem. The problem is what's going on for us, what's happening in our life. We get in our own way. Time and again, we get in our own way. So Make a Lemonade Life was born out of this experience I was getting of working with business clients, where I was discovering that actually they weren't going to be a success until they got out of their own way. So I started to do bits of life coaching with my business clients, starting to help them deal with those personal issues. Now, that's great, isn't it? It makes you think, well, is Lemonade Life about life coaching? And you know, in a way, it's not. It's not business coaching, it's not life coaching. What it is just about people coaching. It's about helping us get in tune with what's in here, with what's in our soul, what's in our heart, what our greatest desire is, so that we can start to live the life we want to live. Now, I'm going to hazard a guess here that, like me, you've been brought up to live a certain life. I was told what I should expect out of life. I was told what I could do, you know, what I'm capable of doing. I was told what I shouldn't set my sights to do. In fact, my sister, I always remember my sister when she went to see the school careers advisor. She was asked what she wanted to do, and she said, I want to be a dentist. And the careers advisor's response was, no, you don't want to be a dentist. You mean you want to be a dental surgeon's assistant, a DSA. And my sister was, no, I want to be a dentist. And the careers advisor said, but nobody from our school becomes a dentist. They decided for her what she should do with her life based on what kids from that school achieved. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But it happens time and time and time again, where our parents, our school, our peer group, people around us tell us what we should expect from our life. Well, Lemonade Life is actually saying, let's dump all of that. We're getting rid of it. Because living a lemonade life is actually about living the life of your dreams. And you know, it was actually born out of my own personal experience. Now, I'm somebody who people described as having been born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Silver spoon in their life, a silver spoon in their mouth. So my thoughts on that were very much, if only you knew what was really going on for me. Because you know, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Sure, I looked as though I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. That's the appearance I gave, because I'm somebody who is the most amazing wallpaper of life. I can stick that wallpaper up and make it appear that I have no cracks whatsoever. And I was doing that when I was contemplating taking my own life. That's crazy, isn't it? That people still thought, even then, that I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And it's because I'm somebody who can put on the act of happiness. I can put the smile on. I can make it seem as though everything is absolute perfection in my life. So when I was contemplating taking my own life and failed, I started having to do things. I started having to take actions that saved me, that stopped me from actually going through with taking my own life. And Lemonade Life actually came from that. The things that I did, the experiences that I made real for me, that helped me get in tune with what's in here, that helped me get to know who I really am and what I really want. That's where Lemonade Life came from. So in answer to the question, what is Lemonade Life? It's the freedom to live the life of your dreams. It's freedom from overwhelm, it's freedom from stress, freedom from worry, freedom to live the life you want to live, however you define that. Not what your mum said, not what your family said, not what your school told you. This is the life you choose to live. Because you know what? I'm living the life I choose to live. And this face is the face of a 52-year-old woman who is the happiest, healthiest, and fittest that I've ever been in my life. I'd also like to be able to say skinniest, but I don't think I'm ever going to see 8 stone again. I'll certainly not see 2 stone again. 8 stone again, which is 2 stone lighter than I currently am. And for my US viewers, that's 28 pounds under my current weight. That ain't going to happen, and I'm fine with that. I eat a really good, healthy diet, and I'm really happy with the weight that I am today. Actually, I say it really happy. I've just come off vacation. I need to lose 4 pounds after that vacation. Too many ice creams, too much Prosecco, too much of the good life. But this is the face of somebody who is truly happy because I am living a lemonade life. So Make a Lemonade Life is about you doing that for you. Okay, so that's the first question that I get asked a lot. The next question that I get asked is, so what is it exactly? You know, how does it actually manifest itself? What does it look like? Right, so there's 2 things about Make a Lemonade Life. One of them is it's a live event, and that's happening on the 18th and 19th of October in Liverpool in the UK, and it's going to be the most amazing event. I honestly cannot wait. I am so excited. We've got Liverpool's finest venue. I think it's probably the Northwest's finest venue, the most beautiful hotel on Liverpool Strand, and it's 30 James Street. It's known as the home of the Titanic, and it is spectacular. I just love it. I really do love it. The event, over 2 days, you're going to get some amazing stuff, but I'll come back to that in a minute. So that's one thing that Lemonade Life is. It's a 2-day event. The other thing that Lemonade Life is, it's an online program covering 8 weeks where you get exercises, videos, support through a community in Facebook. It's everything that you need to get you started on creating your lemonade life in 8 weeks. And the next intake starts on the 28th of October, and I'm starting to sell places for that from the 7th of September. And you'll be able to purchase that to be able to come and join in on the 24th of October. And we'll run 8 weeks together. Purposely chosen the date because for those of you who are feeling miserable about it's the end of the year, you haven't actually achieved all the things you set out to achieve. You've got Christmas coming and everyone else is going to be talking about what an amazing life they've had this year. So this date of the 24th of October is specifically chosen to get you living your lemonade life before the end of the year. You are going to make a difference. And it's all about small things that make a big difference. And you'll hear me say that a lot. It's about small things that make a big difference. Because that's how I made my lemonade life. I didn't do it by going on some drastic event somewhere that's going to cost me, I've heard of events costing $20,000. It didn't cost me $20,000. It did cost me. I did need to invest in myself, and I'm really comfortable about investing in myself to get a better life. But it didn't need to cost me $20,000 to do that. What it did need was for me to make small changes to make a big difference. And that's what I want for you, that you can make small changes that make a big difference in your life. And I want you to start doing that now. If you've not watched my story video, there's a tip at the end of that that you can use that will change your life as well. And then there's another hangout that tells you some things, 3 things that you can do to make a difference. And then on the website, www.lemonadelife.com. There's 2 short videos, if you've not already watched those, which is about making your lemonade life strategy and getting started on that. That's already giving you some small changes that you can do that make a big difference in your life. So that's the two things that Lemonade Life is. It's a 2-day event and it's an online program. And it will be a book soon as well, because I'm in the middle of writing the book. I just need to get to the very end of it. I'm so close. I took my dictaphone away with me, took my notebook away with me so I could finish it whilst I was on holiday. Guess what? I relaxed too much, so it didn't happen. So the next couple of weeks, the book will be finished and it will be published before the end of this year. So then it will be 3 things that Lemonade Life is: the live event, the online program, and the book that tells you all about how I made my Lemonade Life. So that's the first 2 questions that I get asked a lot. What is Lemonade Life and what is it actually about? Okay, so I said about the live event. Well, a couple of people have asked me the question, why do I need to attend a live event? Surely if there's an online event, an online program, surely if there's going to be a book, I don't need to attend a live event. Well, there is something behind the whole concept of having a live event. And that is that our brain responds differently to being at something, to being involved in something, to being active in a process. It responds differently to doing things online. Now, we learn and our brain changes and adapts through doing something online, so there is merit to doing the online program. But add in the extra dimension of being live at an event, and that will make a big difference. Your brain will change the way that it works, and it will release hormones that will actually bring about positivity through being at the event. This is scientifically proven that you will release hormones as a result of being at the event. And those hormones are hormones that do actually release positivity within you. Now, if you've already watched my story, you'll know that I talk about the Wonder Woman pose. So it's hands on hips, chin up for 2 minutes. Now, this is, again, something that's scientifically proven to make a difference. If you do this for 2 minutes a day, that 2 minutes will make a 15% difference to your emotions straight away, right away. It's going to make a difference to you, how you live your life. Now, imagine that multiplied and multiplied and multiplied because you're at the event and you are ending up holding your posture more positively because you're at this live event that is firing you up to make a difference in your life. Just imagine that now. You're not just going to get a 15% difference in the release of hormones. You're going to get 25%, 50% change in how you react because you're at the live event. So why attend? Because it's going to start that journey, and it's going to start it in a big way. But you know what? It's still only small things that make a big difference in your life. And something important is going to happen at the end of the event for you as well. I don't know if you're like me, you've been to events where it comes to the end and it's a little bit of a letdown, really. And I don't mean a letdown because the event wasn't good. No, I don't mean that at all. I mean a letdown because you know you're going to go back to the same life you've been leading. You know you're going to go home to the argument with your partner about the state of the house or what happened looking after the kids, the food the kids ate, whatever it is. Or you know you're going to go back into work tomorrow and it's just going to be the same drudgery. And you're not actually going to feel that buoyed up experience that you've just had over the weekend because you're back in work. Or you've got your own business that you're running and you're going to come back after a week away like I did to 295 emails. Do you know, that kind of ending to an event isn't the way that is part of a Lemonade Life. When you experience a Lemonade Life, and when we get to the end of the event, we're going to do something spectacular. And that is make sure you've got your strategy for getting back on with your life, but living it in a Lemonade Life way. So this event is actually quite unique because all the way through, literally from the moment you buy your ticket, you're going to get the Lemonade Life experience. In fact, I hope you're feeling like you're getting the Lemonade Life experience now, because I hope what you see in watching me and being part of this is that I am the Lemonade Life. I'm so happy in what I do. I'm so lucky in what I do. I just love every moment of what I live and what I do in my life. And I want to share that with you. I want you alongside me. I want you here next to me so that we can all say, we're living a lemonade life. And you'll get that through being part of the experience, through being with me on the 18th and 19th of October in Liverpool. Do you know, even the venue are getting excited about living the lemonade life with me. I got a text whilst I was on holiday from Zoe, who's the organiser at 30 James Street, and she texted saying, have you thought about us actually having some lemonade? Let's get a chef to organise some lemonade at lunch. And I love the fact that she's thinking about this isn't some ordinary event. This is an event that needs a different touch to it. Zoe also is a business owner herself, as well as working for the company that owns the hotel. She owns Networking Mums, and she's said to me that she wants to share some of her story with you as well when you're there. So I've asked her to come along for the evening reception so that you can enjoy hearing her story of how she creates her lemonade life for herself too. So everything about the event is making sure you're hearing the experiences of people living a lemonade life, and that you're sharing your experiences of what you're doing now to live a lemonade life and what you're going to do in the future to live an even better lemonade life. So why come to an event? Because this event will change your life. Can you afford not to be there? You can't. You've got to come along and have fun living your lemonade life. Now, there's that question, can you afford not to be there? That's another question I've been asked too. And you know, I would say you can't afford to not be there. You can't afford to miss it. The standard ticket is £497 for a 2-day event. That's just £250 per day. Well, it's less than £250 per day to change your life. Now, if you worked out how much you spent on coffees through the last 12 months, how much you spent on magazines over the last 12 months, how much you spent on lunches at work when you could have actually taken your own lunch, I reckon you'll find you spent more than £497. Did those things change your life? They might have changed that moment. Did those things change your life? When I look back over the things I used to use to rescue myself, chocolate, alcohol, shoes. I got up to a point where I had, I don't know if I dare tell you, 100 pairs of shoes. It took me 4 years when I decided I wasn't buying any more. I do own new shoes since then, incidentally. But I had to work my way through those 100 shoes. It took me 4 years to do it. I was a bit ashamed of that. Handbags, that was another one I bought a lot of. Food in general, I just spent lots of money on food, going out for meals, buying food that would then actually get thrown away. Shameful, really, when I look at it. Those things, they cost me an awful lot more than £497. They didn't change my life. They actually kept me stuck where I was, depressed, stressed, overwhelmed, worrying about everything. I wasn't actually worrying about money because I was earning good money in the job I was working in my corporate life. And you know what? Just feeling completely lost. And at that time, I wouldn't have spent £497 to change my life. I so wish I had done. I so wish I'd done that sooner. And so when people ask me, is it really worth £497? I ask you back, is it worth staying put where you are today? Is it worth staying stuck where you are today? Is it worth not having the freedom to live the life of your dreams? And this 2-day event is honestly going to change your life. I am so excited about the program. I keep on wanting to tell people about it, but if I tell you too much about what you're going to do over the 2 days, you're going to then feel as though you know exactly what's happening and you won't come. But you've got to have this experience. What I can tell you, and in fact,